staying in warm. You're looking at week 11. So I'm trying to make it easier on my Zoomers and the people that are physically here too. So this file right here, this is 3D warm-ups and to-do list. We'll have our warm-up every day and then kind of go what we need to be working on. I know it's hard when you're Zooming and you've got stuff on Google Classroom, but when the computer's not on, you don't see necessarily what you need to do, so it's easy for things to slip through the cracks. Right? So just try to get all in one space. This is what it looked like. We did stuff from earlier in the week. So for today, this was our warm-up. We did this in 4th grade. Okay? So I know it was 2 years ago, maybe we got state, so we needed to dust off the cobwebs. But see how you do and decide if these are renewable or non-renewable. Okay? And then we'll come back and check it a little bit later. So you've got this, and then your classroom, you'll see where it says energy resources videos. So these two, they're real short, but that'll help you out with remembering the stuff you've already taught or if you haven't seen it before about what's renewable versus what's non-renewable as far as energy resources go. Not to be confused with types of energy, which is consistent, like mechanical, radiant, sound. Each of these energy resources actually fall in one of those categories. So, like coal. We burn coal. So there's stored chemical energy in the coal resource. Okay? So watch these 2 videos. And then in the science notebook, we took down these notes, just a little bit on paper about anything renewable versus non-renewable. You'll notice that I didn't write down nuclear. Nuclear is one that you could kind of argue either way. It really is technically non-renewable because there's only certain types of elements that you can do it with. These are the ones that are more pressing for us. But after you write this down, let's say you watch the videos, you can go back and write what are some of the pros and what are some of the cons for each one. Like how are these good? Like for example, a lot of these renewable ones don't pollute. Right? So that's good for the air quality and the water quality. The cons, in the videos, they'll talk about how some of them are not widespread. You can only use them over a small place, like geothermal, for example. San Antonio, we can't use geothermal energy. We don't have access to the heat near here, right? You have to be in somewhere like Iceland, or even like a Yellowstone National Park with geysers. So some of these are very specific places on Earth. And then down here with the non-renewable, so like oil, natural gas, coal. Sometimes you'll hear those referred to as fossil fuels, right? Or petroleum products. So the petroleum is taken out of the ground and then different processes are done to it to get different products. So those kind of get jumbled in together when they're talking about things. Same thing with pros and cons. Things like the environment, con produces, or pros, it produces a lot of energy. And then we just started talking on resources, not necessarily energy resources. But at the bottom, you'll see about like minerals. Because in social studies, you'll talk about salt ores later and here. What? People fight over salt? Yeah, back in the day they did, when it helped preserve your food. You didn't have refrigerators. And in certain places, you could dig it up. And so people wanted to have that territory. But other things that are also renewable resources are like metal, like aluminum. It's like aluminum can for soda. Those are not energy types, but they kind of came up in conversation. So get these notes down, adding your pros and cons. Just to go back one, you've got your energy breakout rooms you're working on. If you're writing them by hand in your notebook there, right? And then here's the option if you, for in class, I gave you a paper or have access to a working printer, you just fold it and put it here. Now on this note, one of them, the author kind of merged 2 things together on room 3. So to help you out, somewhere in the KA part right here, but in breakout room 3, go through and try to match them as best you can. All right, just for good practice sake. But to save us some, headache and heartache, I put the code here for breakout room number 3. Okay, so you still have to do 1 and 2. So we want you to try and match it up on through the best you can. It's just when she formatted it, it ended up with like 17 instead of 18 because 2 of them got smushed together. I can't fix it or I would. So there is your breakout room 3. Is as far as the next time I see you, you'll have your energy test. Okay, so you can kind of scroll down and see the stuff that we have covered. Right, so we started at week 9 with temperature and heat or thermal energy transfer. And you'll see along here that there's some Quizlets, right? So at the bottom of week 10. And then I also have some quizzes here to help you out. Those are all to help you study for your test, the practices for your test. So I know like in math class, like your math homework, it's a little different in science. Those are things you can do to help you go over the material to make sure you actually understand it. Obviously, everything in your science book needs to be good and up to date, but those things are there to help. And on that to-do list as well, here, try to put it all in one place, one-stop shop. This stuff here with the arrows going here, this is stuff that should be done in your science notebook and completely up to date. And then up here, things that we did on your classroom. All of those things should be completed because when we have an assessment, everything leading up to the assessment should be totally complete because that's what your assessment is over. Okay? Even if you think you did it, as Lori says here, don't forget something. Double check. Humor me. Double check. Sometimes we did it and it didn't turn in. Okay, or we started something like our temperature practice, but we didn't go back and check our answers. Now let's say I've got it all done, I'm on environment done, I've handled my business. You'll see what your test is, okay, and then you see the stuff down here. Then you can finish the regular one. You do the Quizlet. So those are there to help you out. As always, you're welcome to tutoring. We've got tutoring on Thursday morning with Miss Penny and then Friday morning with me. The links are in the classroom. Have a great day. Stay warm.